Right, hello, what's up guys, Briggsy here once again, and today I'm going to be doing episode 2 of Ask Me Anything, because it's awesome, and usually I have something playing in the background, so today we've got Syndicate doing zombie stuff as he normally does. Right, so today, first question, you know it by now. Well, you might not, because there's only been 2 episodes, but I ask people stuff on Facebook. Well, I get them to ask me questions and I answer them then, no matter what it is. So first one comes from Vic, who does the Hat Day Productions. If you check that out, if you haven't, link in the description below, check it out, it's good. It's very media savvy. And her question is, what would your ideal date be? Well, I'm a man of simple tastes, so I guess for me, maybe, well, probably something easy, so like Domino's, because I love Domino's. So all of that, a large between us, maybe some of Ben & Jerry's as well, if I'm not, dying after the large. Then maybe a film, more games, I guess. Yeah, actually video games first, so just chill out with some video games. Something like Mortal Kombat, where we can, beat each other up, have a bit of banter. And then finish it up with a film, something along the lines of like Drive. I watched that recently, bloody amazing film. So yeah, something like that. I think that would be a really good day, and that's like the perfect woman as well. Fast food, video games, and good films. Can't go wrong with that really. And then maybe some coitus. God, that's a horrible word. Sex. Maybe some sex at the end, but I'd be happy with just some spooning. Next question comes from Dan, who I used to work with back when I worked at Sainsbury's. Very funny man. I say man, I would say a very funny gentleman. There you go, that's the word that I couldn't find for some reason. And he asked if you had to bang one of them, Susan Boyle and Widdicombe. It's not much of a choice really, is it? You wouldn't want to do either. There was a lot of things I would rather do than do one of them, but actually that's kind of the question. I suppose Susan Boyle, purely because as you're kind of either during or after, she can gently serenade you with her lovely voice. That's the only silver lining I can find in that scenario. Next up we have Ben, who you might have seen in previous vlogs. Cheap neck. And he's my uni bestie. Go running with him and play video games. And he asked, what are you most passionate about? Now, not to sound like a pervert, but I guess it would be sex. I love it. It's amazing. But that's kind of, if you were to ask pretty much any guy that question, you'd probably say sex. So I guess films would be after that, or before, I don't know. But yeah, I love films. I think they're amazing art at times. They're probably a perfect mode of escapism for most people, and they're just awesome. They can make you happy, sad, they can make you cry, they can make you feel like you can do better in life, or they can just make you more hopeful, they can make you scared, they can make you feel all these different kind of emotions. without ever having to leave the comfort of your sofa or bed, wherever you're watching it. Bin, I don't know. Yeah, films. Love my films. Probably favourite director as well. Might as well throw that in there. Big Christopher Nolan at the moment. Love his work. Awesome. So next up we have one from Charlie, who lives with me actually in these very flats, halls, whatever. And he asked, what are your most... no, he didn't. He asked, do you think uni was the right choice? Now, that kind of thing I would say would be best answered once I've finished the 3 years. But, or 4, I'm not sure. But I would say, so far anyway, it is the right choice. I mean, experience-wise, I've met loads of great people. Freshers Week was awesome. Living by yourself is always a good thing. It's a kind of an important thing for you to do in terms of just life experience. And having like a set amount of money. I mean, I do work, but I don't get a lot of money from it. So getting a set amount of money and having to live off that is very helpful. It helps you, you learn how to manage your money better. Well, most people do. But yeah, I think so far, right choice. Next up, we have a question from Sol, who he's a good friend of mine. I've known him for about 3-4 years now. First when I went to college to study media, and he asked, why are you an atheist? Now, I'm going to go straight off the bat here by saying I don't have a problem with anybody that does believe in anything. You know, it's perfectly fine. I'm not against that. But for me personally, I mean, I kind of like the idea of karma, but I wouldn't say I believe in it 100%. But as for like God, I personally, I mean, I don't see enough things in the world to explain or be proof, that's a better word, be proof of there being this greater power. I'm the kind of person to go by what I can see, and what I see is, majority of the time, a lot of people, you know, a lot of bad things happening in the world, a lot of people suffering, and you know, science has a few more answers than what religion does, I feel. But you know, I could end up dying and getting to the pearly gates and then just being like, well, told you so, and I'm like, that sucks, but what are you gonna do? And the last one is from my brother Colin. And I know him because he's my brother. Yeah. Yeah, and he asked you, what is, in your opinion, the worst game ever? But I'm also going to answer what I think is the best game ever as well. I'll try to anyway. Yeah, still recording. So worst game ever. That's kind of hard because they pump out a lot of shit these days. Like pretty much any game that's tied into a movie that's just like automatically released. Normally they're pretty crap. What else is there? You've got it's quite a tough question. I'm not sure there was many games that I've been looking forward to that have actually let me down. It's hard. Like, there's nothing. I wouldn't say there was anything really like recent that let me down. So, oh my god, it's so hard. I guess the only one I can really think of would be Final Fantasy X Part 2, I think it is. The one where you play as Pain, Riku and Yuna. Purely because, in my opinion, I don't know, I feel like they should have just left that universe alone. Because Final Fantasy X, stay on. Final Fantasy X was like perfect. It looked amazing. It was like just clear, crisp, saturated in colour, beautiful. The story, although the whole kind of, I wouldn't say spoiler alert, but it's been out for God knows how long now. So the whole "you're only a dream" thing was a little bit like, but like the love story between him and Yuna was awesome, and it had some of the best characters in it. Like Wakka, gosh, same guy that voices Bender in a video game. Come, it's amazing. That's instantly a win there. But yeah, so Final Fantasy X Part 2, I believe it would be called. Yeah, I'd say that was a bit of a letdown. Yeah, it's hard. And my favourite game, I would say, that's difficult. I mean, like, there's a lot of different games and you can't really compare genres most of the time, so I think probably for me, as like an indie game, it's probably not that indie now, but it would probably be Super Meat Boy. Mainly because one, it's just awesome in all senses of the word. It's got a good little story, its controls are awesome, it looks great, it sounds great, the music is really good. It's made by Edmund McMillen, I believe his name is, who also did The Binding of Isaac, which is also a brilliant game. And it balances the line between ridiculously hard and ridiculously fun very well, because I mean most of the levels in it, if you've ever played it before, it kind of is just pattern memorization. So it's hard to the point where like you'll do it over and over and over again, and then you'll click and you'll get it right, and once you've done it you're just like, oh my god, it's amazing. And it's also got Super Meat Boy, Dr. Fetus, Bandage Gun. They're like the three best characters ever. And it's ridiculously cheap as well, considering the amount of time that you can get out of it. So that is definitely up there. But then there's also like Fallout 3, which I sunk close to 200 hours in, and that was just amazing. I remember when I first played it and you first kind of walk out of what's it called? Vaults. I think it's 101, I believe. I don't know, I can't remember. It's been a while since I played it. But when you first walk out into the wastes of DC, and it's just, I was just like, oh my god. And like one of the first things you can do is blow up a nuke. It's just ridiculous, and like destroy an entire town. It's just so awesome, and you get things like that that are so cool, and like some of the decisions that you make are just ridiculous. But I think it was like mainly just going around and exploring everything. Like I remember finding the Republic of Dave and being like, oh my god, what is this place? Why is this even here? It's mental. And all the DLCs were really good as well. So So that was pretty decent, and the VAT system's cool as well. So yeah, but then you've also got classic games like Doom, which are just like timeless. They'll always be good. But yeah, I would probably go with. I mean, I don't really keep up to date with what comes out anymore. I just kind of play games as and when I want, mainly because of lack of time and lack of money. But yeah, I would probably go with Super Meat Boy being my favourite game. Yeah. So that's all the questions I've got for today. If you've got any questions that you want to ask, comment down below, or go on to the follow the link on my Facebook page, and just ask away. I'll try and answer whichever ones I can. They can be personal, it can be something you want my opinion on, it can be just something you want to know about me. Obviously, if they're ridiculous, like can you rub lemons in your eyes whilst doing keepy uppies, I probably won't answer something like that, purely because I can't. So what's the point of answering it? But yeah, check the description for links for things, and I guess I'll see you next time. Bye!